Hello to everyone who just popped in and also to those who are watching the replay today. We are so grateful to have the Pinterest Global Partnerships Manager with us today. Lucy Matthews sits on a team at Pinterest that manages the connections with all of their third-party technology providers like Buffer. She supports Pinterest's mission to help businesses, brands, and creators scale and find success on the Pinterest platform. So fun little fact here is that the Pinterest Partner Program has over 80 technology partners and spans 6 specialties. And those specialties are shopping, advertising, measurement, audiences, content, and creative. So Lucy has so much goodness to share with us today. I'm really excited about it. Listen closely because she's going to help us unlock the power of Pinterest for our businesses. Okay, Lucy, can you take it away? We'd love to hear what you have for us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Darcy. Hi everyone. As Darcy gave me a great introduction there, my name is Lucy, and I am absolutely thrilled to be speaking with you today. So this presentation is going to take you through the opportunities for you to create content on Pinterest, build an audience, and find success on the platform. So based on the feedback from the pre-survey that was sent out, and thank you for those who filled it out, I am going to start from the very beginning and provide an overview of who Pinterest is today, what best practices are there, and how you can build an audience on Pinterest to find success. At the end, I'm going to provide some key resources to support you as you build out your Pinterest strategy. So firstly, why Pinterest? You have tons of channels to create and publish on. So why should Pinterest be one of the top platforms? And that is such a valid question. It takes time to create content for multiple platforms. So why include Pinterest? Well, Pinterest is not like other platforms. We are different. We are grounded in our mission to bring everyone the inspiration to create a life they love. People come to Pinterest to be inspired. They come with intent, a positive mindset, ready to act. And that's what stands us apart. The mindset of users coming to the platform. They're not scrolling through content strictly as a form of entertainment, although we are pretty entertaining. They are engaging and saving ideas that have inspired them to take action on. And each month, nearly 480 million people worldwide come to Pinterest to find that inspiration. And today, we've seen over 300 billion pins have been saved and 6 billion boards created, all because Pinterest users aren't just passively scrolling through their feed. They truly intend to act on the content they have discovered. In fact, 77% of weekly pinners have discovered a new brand or product on Pinterest. So before I dive into more details around how Pinterest works, I wanted to take a quick pause to run a very quick poll to ask you all whether Pinterest is included as part of your current social media marketing strategy. So I'm going to put up the poll right now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to share some stats with you to maybe make you reconsider Pinterest if we're not in your current strategy. So did you know that 83% of weekly pinners have made a purchase based on the content they saw from brands on Pinterest? And that Pinterest search is higher up the funnel with 97% of top searches on Pinterest being non-branded. So that shows a real opportunity there to get discovered on the platform. Okay, so it looks like the poll is slowing down. So I'm going to close that out. And looking at these initial numbers, about 70% of you have Pinterest as part of your strategy and 30% say no. So hopefully this presentation will try and convince that 30% of you. So thank you all for partaking in that poll. And now I'm going to dive into how Pinterest works. So as I mentioned earlier, Pinterest is different from other platforms. I'm going to walk you through how and why this matters for your business, your content, and your audience. So at our core, Pinterest is a visual discovery engine. Content is not chronological, but it surfaces when relevant based on a user's interests, engagements, and previous searches. And this leads to a highly personalized experience. And it also means that content that you produce on the platform is evergreen. It lasts forever and will continue to perform for you over time when people are searching for it and need it the most. And the more your content is engaged with, the more it appears across Pinterest for others to discover. And we make sure your content is surfaced at the right moment to the right user. So I'm really excited to talk to you all about our newest native format, Idea Pins. So Idea Pins are multi-page pins featuring videos and images, and they are perfect for all types of content: food, fashion, DIY, travel, tips and tricks, and more. Publishing Idea Pins regularly will help you build your native audience on Pinterest. And Idea Pins are great tools to teach and inspire others on a topic that you're passionate about. So make sure to share that passion and expertise via Idea Pins. And the Idea Pin format offers dynamic features to easily create and engage and edit engaging content on Pinterest. And we've added and included some editing tools such as video editing and exporting drafts that will help you produce high quality content. And we're really excited to introduce new tools such as Ghost Mode, which allows you to layer a transparent video on top of another and trim it so you can achieve that magical effect of something transforming right before your very eyes. We have other features like people tagging, music, and voiceover recording to really enhance your Idea Pins and make them more dynamic, as well as helpful publishing tools like the ability to add an ingredients list to really help that end user easily act upon your content. So I just gave you a quick overview of Idea Pins. And I just wanted to note here that currently you cannot schedule Idea Pins directly from Buffer just yet, but Idea Pins are an important tool to reach your audience and ensure to include them within your Pinterest strategy. So now let's talk about where your pins will show up on Pinterest, which we call our Pinterest surfaces. So firstly, your profile page. This is your home base on Pinterest. This is where your followers engage with your content and where new people can discover you. It's the first thing people see when they come to your profile, and they'll see your original content there. And as you can see, we now differentiate between the content you have created versus the content you have saved, making it easier for your followers to see your original content. And while we're talking about your profile, it is important to make sure you have a business account. Business accounts are free, and you can either create a brand new business account or you can convert your personal account. Why is this important? So business accounts allow you to unlock important features such as performance metrics, access to new tools, including Idea Pins. And as I'm sure you're aware, Buffer recently opened up their Pinterest integration to all of their plans from the Buffer free plan and upwards. And while you're updating your profile, make sure to claim your accounts, like your website. This will ensure that you get attribution for all of your great content on Pinterest. And you can claim content that you post, as well as content of yours that users pin from the internet. Your profile picture will appear next to any pin that comes from your claimed accounts. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Pinterest surfaces now. So that was your profile. We're now going to look at the home feed. So a person's home feed is personalized just for them based on what they have saved and searched for and more. And this is where they can discover content from creators and brands they follow and are yet to follow. And we have the Idea Pin following stream that's been demoed right here. And this is a new way for people to discover your content right at the top of their home feed. And then because people come to Pinterest with intent, they often search for ideas and inspiration, which is the perfect opportunity for your content to surface, allowing your potential audience to discover your content and then follow you. And then we have the related surface, which is a really cool surface that brings another opportunity for your content to get discovered. If a pinner is engaging with a pin, they can scroll down to see similar ideas and visuals, essentially more riffs on that idea. This is especially relevant for fashion, food, and DIY. And then finally, we have the Today tab, which is a daily collection of relevant and trending content featuring spotlights from inspirational creators. And it's the first thing that users see when they tap over from their personalized home feed. So to summarize, we have a variety of services where your content can appear, which can ultimately help you to grow your audience. And I know there are a lot, but this really gives your content more opportunity to be discovered by the right audience. So I wanted to touch on some best practices for our newest format, Idea Pins. So overall, great content on Pinterest inspires people to act. And to do that, your content should be helpful, original, and personal. And it should be yours. So make sure you're only posting content that you have full ownership of. People love that they can find all elements of an idea pin right within the idea pin itself without having to leave the app. Your audience wants to view details like ingredients or instructions and swipe through different pages to dive deeper into your idea. And our newest tools make it easier for you to publish directly from within the app, using video recording, editing, stickers, special effects, and filters. Create an original idea pin within Pinterest and don't just upload content from somewhere else. And we all know that video content is highly engaging and immersive for users. So it's recommended to use video to capture your audience, especially in that first cover page, so it can stand out in home feed and other distribution surfaces. And we know from research that people appreciate and respond well to authenticity. So don't hesitate to add a personal touch to your idea pin. Showing your face and personality is totally welcomed and encouraged with this format. And remember, the more your audience engages with your content, the more it'll be seen by others looking for ideas like yours. And idea pins are meant to feel more authentic and straight from your phone. But that said, always make sure to do a quick quality check before you publish. Are the edges of the screen covered? How is the lighting? Do the videos and images in your idea pin fit together style-wise? Just make sure all of those bases are covered. Make sure it's high resolution, no typos, no blurry videos, etc. And then finally, just because you can't link out, that doesn't mean you can't call people to action. Idea pins are great for growing an audience and getting people to engage with your content, like encouraging others directly in their idea pins to comment, visit their profile, or try out their content. So to summarize, make sure you have a cohesive, authentic idea that speaks to your audience and inspires them to act. And always make sure to do a quick quality check before posting. So we're almost there, just a few more pointers. So I've spoken about how to create content, but how do you build an engaged audience on Pinterest? There are several ways you can do this. First and foremost, make sure to create fresh content. Creating fresh pins often helps to engage your current audience and creates more opportunities to build an even greater audience by allowing more people to discover you. Adding text overlay to your pins will ensure your content is easily discoverable and that your audience knows what they're getting. It's kind of like SEO on Pinterest. And because people come seeking content to act upon, comments are a great way to engage with your audience and see how they're bringing your ideas to life. It truly does go beyond just the double tap. And now people can directly react to your content in real time. So it's useful to see what your audience is loving and where you can optimize. And then tagging a variety of specific topics related to your pin will ensure that your idea reaches those who are searching for it. So make sure you're tagging relevant topics before you publish. And we also have a self-serve tool called Pinterest Trends. So this is for any business or creator to plan a Pinterest-first strategy by exploring the top trending terms on Pinterest. So you just type in a term or a word like skinny jeans and see how people have been searching for it over time. And this data can really help you inform the content that you create and make sure that you're consistently on trend with our users. So another tip for growing your audience is creating and organizing your boards. So boards are where you can save your pins after you've created them. And board names, descriptions, and categories all impact how your content shows up in Pinterest search results. So just make sure to use clear descriptive language that are relevant to your content in your board titles and description. So we have a variety of different tips and tools to reach new people and grow your audience on Pinterest. Make sure you're leveraging all of these to build a loyal following. Now to the final part. So you spent time building a strategy to grow your audience. You've created great content, but how do you know whether that has been successful? Here are the key performance metrics to be aware of. So first we have pin stats. So these are stats on each of your individual pins, so you can see how each of them are performing. You can leverage these insights to create even more high-performing pins and learn which pins are getting clicked into, saved to certain boards, which will really help you understand how your audience is using and engaging with your content. And we've also introduced new stats, profile visits and follows, which allow you to see how each idea pin is driving engagement and audience growth. And then we have Pinterest Analytics. These are advanced analytics and are your window into how people are engaging with your content. You can see what pins people are gravitating towards and learn more about what your audience is looking for. All you need to access these advanced analytics is a Pinterest business account, which I mentioned before. Again, it's free and easy to convert from a personal account. And these are the key metrics to pay attention to when you're looking through your analytics. These give you an overview of how your audience is growing and engaging with your content. So while this presentation was definitely exhaustive, it's by no means everything. So here are some key resources you can use as a point of reference. There is the creators page, there's the Pinterest business community, and then we also have the Pinterest Academy where you can take bite-sized classes on different parts of Pinterest best practices. And I've also added a link to information on how to add alternative text to your pins to make your pins more accessible to people with visual impairments. So this was requested by someone in the pre-survey that was sent out. So I hope this information is satisfactory in answering your question. And then of course, make sure to follow us on Pinterest and Instagram. So to close out, if there's anything I want you to take away from this presentation, it's this. Your audience is here and they're waiting for you. Leverage idea pins to drive engagement and build your brands and take advantage of the resources and analytics that we offer to find success on Pinterest. So thank you so much for joining today. I'm now going to pass it over to Darcy. So Darcy, will you be willing to show everyone what it looks like to publish content to Pinterest via Buffer?
Absolutely. And Lucy, those idea pins, I am so excited to try it out and just, I love all the tips that you gave. I feel equipped to give it my first go. I actually haven't done it yet.
Wonderful. Yeah, try it out.
Awesome. I'm going to switch my screen here and we're going to hop into the Buffer dashboard, which many of you are already familiar with because I think we mostly have Buffer customers who are joining us today, which is really special and exciting. Because of that, I'm not going to talk a lot about how things are set up in the queue, but we're really just going to do a quick show of what it looks like to create a pin within Buffer. So here on the left-hand side, I have my Pinterest account selected, and then I can go ahead and create a post. Just a quick note, you might see this "What would you like to share" box, or you might see a little blue button that allows you to create a post. Either way, you're going to get to the same place, which is here. And now the first thing we do when we start a pin in Buffer is to choose a board we want to add it to. So I'm going to pick my Brands We Love board. And then I'm going to think about, which image, what am I wanting to share with my audience right now? So I'm going to grab an image I have selected. As Lucy mentioned, we want descriptive descriptions, right? We want to tell the story. What is this pin about? What am I asking of my audience, or what am I trying to share with them? So I already pre-set this up for us, and I am going to pop it in here. So I created a description for my pin. And also, Lucy mentioned we want a title for our pins. So I will pop my title in here as well. And lastly, in this case, I want someone to potentially purchase these shoes or at least take a look at them. So I'm going to add a URL in here. Now, this is a mock brand, so no, you cannot purchase these shoes from this link. Just a warning if you try it out. Okay, so our pin is ready to go. It looks beautiful. It has all of the components that we're looking for. What I will do now is add it to the queue. Of course, you have a couple of different options. You could share it immediately. You can share next, which would add it to the top of your queue, or you can click schedule post, which will bring up a calendar and you can schedule it for any time in the future. If I click add to queue, we're gonna see it pop into my Pinterest queue, just like that. So it popped into that next available posting slot within my posting schedule. And here it is looking beautiful. Just for demonstration purposes, I will go ahead and share it now so it leaves my queue. Otherwise, it would go out at the time and date I specified, as you probably already know. So then we'll pop over to analytics and we can see it's here for us. And if I click on my link here, it should bring me to the pin itself. It's already on Pinterest, so super quick, super easy. The last thing I wanted to show you here today in our Pinterest area of Buffer is the drafts area. This could be really impactful for pins because pins oftentimes are very creative. Sometimes you're in that really amazing creative mindset, and other times it's a struggle, right? And so when you have that burst of creativity and you're really good with your words, for example, then you might want to pop into drafts and just write out a bunch of descriptions. Maybe you'll wait on the images for later. So for instance, this one I wrote out a description, but I put a placeholder for the image. And later I can put that image in, or if I have a graphic designer or someone else who does that for me, they can pop in here and they can add that image for me. So a collaborative effort if you would like. And then same goes here. I had a great image to share and I wasn't sure about the description yet. So I was waiting on Alicia to pop that in here for us before we added it to the queue. All right, so that's it. That's how simple it is to get your pins up on Pinterest. And using all the tools that Lucy gave us, we should be ready to make those really impactful for our followers and for our business. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Just can't wait to use some of Lucy's ideas. So hopefully you wrote some notes down. If you didn't, we will have a recording of this webinar up at buffer.com/webinars very soon. So you can always revisit it, share it with others who also want to know about it. Your challenge this week is to get to one of those creative ideas and use it in your Pinterest strategy. All right, everyone, until next time, we hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Bye, everyone.